Welcome back to the Fierce and Femme podcast,
with your hosts, Rami and Alicia,
where we talk all things fitness, mindset, and everything in between
to help you become your most fierce and femme selves.
Alrighty, guys. It is a new year, and with that, why are you giggling?
I'm just really excited to be here.
We're setting not habit. I mean, other way around.
Not goals.
Goodness gracious.
I've passed over the giggles to her. We're not setting goals. We're doing weekly, monthly habits instead of setting goals.
Yes. But before we dive into that, it has been a hot minute since we've given you a cheeky little life update. So I think it's been since mid-December.
Totally.
Am I going first?
Yeah, I reckon you go.
Do you just want me to go all of them at once?
Yeah.
Or shall we
we'll bounce.
ping pong?
Ping pong.
The paddles.
Oh, you go. I go. Okay.
All right. First, Christmas. Christmas was fun. I do Christmas Eve with my mum and my side of the family, and then Christmas Day is Jared's side of the family. And Christmas Eve this year looked a little bit different. We actually went out for dinner, which it was really fun. I actually really enjoyed it, I think. We went to this place, highly recommend. You need to go, Morty Alec Chicky Chan.
Oh, yeah.
Really
I've been
good.
wanting to go there.
Really, really, really good. It is, I think, Asian fusion sort of vibe. Now I'm starting to drool. It is actually so delicious. And we just did a set menu, had a few drinks, and then went home and did our Secret Santa. I'm going to have to tell the Secret Santa story because it's too good. So we did Secret Santa and we had a $50 amount to spend on each other. And we used this app, I think it was called Elfster, where it picks for you who you get. Who did I get? I got my sister and I bought her a jasmine tea. I bought her this really cute her name's Jasmine, by the way. So Jasmine tea for Jasmine. This really cute little Japanese teacup. It was adorable. And then just a face mask because I had a few dollars left. My brother got me and he passed me the gift and he goes, guess what you think it is? And I'm holding it and shaking it and going, if I'm being honest, feels like a can of beans. And he giggles and I open it. It was a can of tomatoes, but can of beans, same thing. And I go, ha, 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 we're all laughing. Like, it was so funny. And then we go, so where's the real present? And he's just still laughing. And I'm, okay, like, gig's up now. Where's the real present? And he's still laughing and going, there's no real present. And I start to go, okay, cool. And then I'm like, I've just spent $50 on someone. I want my fucking present. Finally, he carried this on for way too long. I feel like if you're going to do a joke like that, you bring it, you've got to cut it at the right time to where it's still funny.
Surely.
And it got to the point where everyone's going,
oh, this is it.
yeah, this is not funny. This is it. Anyways, eventually brought out the real present and he bought me a matcha making kit. If you know anything about matcha, it's got a little whisk. It's actually it's become my favorite part of my morning routine.
You're going to have to make me one because I've tried matcha once and I did not like it.
Did you have honey in it?
It had like strawberry in it.
I don't
But
like
the matcha just tasted like grass to me.
Do you like green tea?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make you one.
Thank you.
I make them really well.
Thanks.
And you have to put honey in it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll do that. We'll have a matcha date together with my little whisk kit. And he also got me a reverse coloring book, which is a coloring book, but there's colors on it and you draw the lines.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
No, me either. We were all sort of laughing.
Interesting gifts.
Yeah. But I'm yet to use that because I've been so busy that I haven't had a chance. Then Christmas time, spent the whole day with Jared's family, but we did start the morning at Mum's house. Jared gave me my presents. I gave him his presents. And what do we do? I baked some Rocky Road and brownies and I took them for Christmas. And then his Christmas is a lot of food. They're Italian, big family. The best thing on Christmas Day, they're called chicken parcels. One of his aunties makes them and pretty much it is phyllo pastry with chicken, this really creamy, cheesy type sauce, bacon. I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but delicious. It is just a parcel of, it is the best thing ever. And yeah, just hung out. I had some baby cuddles because there's a new baby in the family. And that was pretty much my Christmas. What was your Christmas
Beautiful. Christmas Eve was at Vass's cousin's house. They love Christmas.
So they do a menu.
Oh, yeah, the food was fucking unreal. So they only eat seafood on Christmas Eve. And that works for me because I fucking love seafood. So heaps and heaps of food, heaps of desserts, some cocktails. We did KK all together and I got a pair of all black New Balance 9060s, which I'm so fucking happy about.
That's what you asked for, wasn't
I
it?
did ask for that.
She said, if I don't get that, I don't want it.
So I'm so happy I literally got everything that I asked for. And then Christmas Day went to my auntie's house. We just had a little lunch there. And then I just had a couple friends come over who didn't have Christmas plans with their families or anything like that. So they just came over and we literally just had some wine and just honestly
so
it was
fun.
beautiful. Yeah, we just had a little bit of like a connection evening and we just asked each other real deep personal questions, which was really beautiful. And yeah, that honestly, we've talked about this before. Obviously, Christmas is not a huge thing for me. And equally, I'm trying to understand it more because it's such a big deal for Vas and his family. And obviously, I love him so much. So I feel like that might be a thing that I want to do this year is just get a little bit more involved and actually enjoy it and love it more for him, right?
I feel with Christmas, the more you get involved in it, the funner it is.
Yeah.
The more you actually play into all the things, baking and doing all. I feel that Christmas has a magic to it when you do all the
You're
things.
so cute. And I'm over here like, I don't fucking get it.
Well, okay, when I went present shopping, I went to Westfield Doncaster and I walked in and I could have cried in this moment because I was just thinking this is the most magical. I'm in a Christmas movie right now and I love Christmas movies. And I walk in and they had a choir singing Christmas songs. Her face looks terrible.
Did you love that?
Well, the choir, I couldn't see the choir, but I was just thinking the energy of this was so beautiful.
Yeah, true. Everyone's really happy.
Did you love that?
Everybody
But I
needs to
love
keep up
Christmas
their
vibes.
Christmas spirit all the time. Everyone will be so much happier.
It's just such a beautiful, I know there's so much stress around it, but I love it. So this year we'll play into it.
I'll try my best.
So next on mine, New Year's. I feel between Christmas and New Year's, all I did was work. Literally. The day after Boxing Day, I have not had a day off. Today is my first day of not teaching Pilates.
Wow,
It is right
well
now
done.
the 8th of Jan
Talk about
since the
grinding.
day after Boxing Day. Yeah.
Proud of you.
Yeah, thanks. Slightly regret it, but it's okay. So been working heaps and heaps and heaps doing that. Lots of early mornings and then lots of late nights because family's been here and then I feel so many things fill up that time. So just
It
lots
goes
of
so fast.
so fast.
You fucking blink and it's over.
The people who went back on Jan 5th, I was feeling so sorry for them that it was already on Monday. But then New Year's, we actually went to the beach, which was interesting given you were here for New Year's. Yeah. It was freezing.
It was. The weather was
Absolute-
shit house.
Freezing. And I was saying that to Jared. I actually said to Jared, because I was knackered I worked New Year's Eve and I'd had an early morning and I honestly just said to him, leave me home. I do not care. Just leave me at home. I'll do a big clean before the new year, just be in my new year energy. And he goes, I can't leave you at home. It's New Year's Eve. You want to come out. You know you'll be so happy to come out. I'm like, no, just leave. Like, I'll be happy. Anyways, I went out and I was happy that I went out. But I just so wanted to be in my home. But we went out, went to the beach, and his friends made a Survivor game that they did on the beach.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That
I
sounds
didn't
fun.
participate because we got there late. But anyways, it was so funny. And Jared was, he may not like me saying this, but anyways, they did a sumo wrestling one.
Oh my God.
And he had to pick one person from each team. And there was this guy that was so tall, like so bulky. And then Jared was the only guy on the other team that somewhat could have had a chance with him. And I'm looking at Jared next to this guy and just thinking, fuck, he is going to hurt himself. He's going to get injured. And they made this circle in the sand. And you had to try push the other person out of the circle. And they full 3, 2, 1, like right up against each other,
God.
pushing each other. And Jared was fighting for his life. I was shocked at how long he actually stayed in there. So impressed. Loved it. Every second. He did unfortunately lose, but everyone was just shocked at how well he did given the difference in sizes
off,
between
Jared.
him and the other guy. So it was really fun. We watched fireworks, froze my tits off, and it was free. The whole time I was just like, I'm cold, I'm cold, I'm cold. I'm not a good cold person. But that was that.
Nice.
Can I quickly on that?
You
New Year's Day,
Yep.
because that's the only other thing that's happened in my life. Stranger Things came out. And I had to work that afternoon on the other side of Melbourne.
Yeah.
And it was either go early and go to the gym and be productive, or spend the day with my partner, and he had time off and we haven't seen each other in ages. And I went, Stranger Things is coming out. So what we did, we had a big sleep in. We got Stranger Things on at 12, ordered Korean barbecue on Uber Eats.
What a
And
day.
honestly, I just thought that was the best day to start the new year, because something I want to focus on this year is allowing myself to relax more and just be lazy and not have to be productive and do all the things. And it just felt so nice to start the year like that. So
I love that.
yeah.
My New Year's Eve was so fun. Well, the morning of was when I ran my first 17K. So if you have been listening, you know, I've got a half marathon in Feb, which is so fucking soon. So the night before I ran the 17, I messaged one of my girlfriends and I was like, I need to do a long run. And I want to do it right before the year ends, because the most I'd done so far, I think, was 13.
Why
At
do
that
I feel like
stage.
you've done 15?
Have I?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it was
Okay.
13. And then the night before, I messaged her because I knew deep down, I was like, if I don't have anyone, I've said like and I'm so many times, really. And if I don't ask someone, I feel like I'll talk myself out of it. I'm really good at going to the gym, really good at getting my steps in. For some reason with these long runs, I talk myself out of it. And I needed to give myself the evidence that when the half marathon comes, I can at least do a nice big run. And in my head, 17K was it. Because if I can do 17K, I can chuck on another fucking 4 and I'll be sweet.
Can I ask, how long did 17K take?
About 2 hours.
You were
Yeah.
running for 2 hours.
Maybe just under, actually.
Wow.
Just under 2 hours.
Well done.
Thank you. It was so much easier with someone because we just yapped for the whole first hour and a bit.
Really?
Yeah, we're just talking the whole time.
Wow.
I was doing 7-minute Ks, which
Okay.
was the goal. I didn't want to go over 7. I think there was only one lap we went over 7 because we had to go over a
Yeah.
bridge. And I couldn't believe how great I felt during and even after. Obviously, my quads were fucking sore after and I really struggled to walk. But equally, when I finished it, I literally was like, oh my God, I just did 17K. Because 2 years ago, I couldn't even do fucking 5. I felt like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Literally. I've also nearly finished the second David Goggins book. So I just feel that I've been very inspired by his
Mentality.
just that grit and that very much like, don't be a little bitch mentality.
I feel like that was the perfect book for you to read
the
in this
divine
phase.
timing.
Yeah.
Literally, after I finished the first one, I was like, I've got no fucking excuse, mate. This guy, if you haven't read his books, you got to read them because he's a fucking nut.
It's insane.
And that was also what inspired my word of the era to be unstoppable,
yes.
because I felt that last year was truly the resilience. And yes, I'm still working on the discipline, but I was like, I want something a little bit more like, you know, so unstoppable is it. And I want to apply that into everything. Like I can be unstoppable because so is he, someone like him. He didn't decide he was different. He just decides to do.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I want to embody. Anyway, so that was what I did while I was running the 17K. I literally just kept telling myself, don't be a little bitch, keep fucking going. You got this. You're going to run 21 in a few weeks. You need to get the 17 done. You got no choice right now, you know? So that was how I started my day. So that was fucking awesome. It really set the standard for the day. And I just had the best day, just cleaned. And then we had, because Vass and I hosted, so we had friends and family come around. And that was fun. We had the fire outside, we had the heater, we ordered pizzas, we just played some drinking games, just chatted. It ended later than I would have liked. I think the last people left at like 2 or 2:30.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was fucking wrecked at that point. And then New Year's Day was pretty much the same thing. I slept until 11, which is so not, I know, I
Wow.
couldn't believe it. I woke up at like 8 and I was like, oh, now I'll just close my eyes again. And I know I said like 50 times that time too. And we'll get there. And I rolled over again and it was 11-ish and I literally looked at Vass. I was like, dude, this is disgusting. Like I need to get up right now. And didn't do much either. Just watched the Stranger Things finale. I don't remember if I ordered food. I ate something.
She put something in her body.
Literally. And then, do you have another update? Otherwise, I'll talk about Queensland.
Sort of, but it ties into what we're talking about. So you do you.
Oh, okay. And then the next day we flew to Queensland for Mum's B-Day. So both my sister's mum and I. And literally got back yesterday, which was, hence if you're looking at noticing how tan I am, it's because
She is so tanned.
Illy with my genetics.
especially
Thank you
with
so
that
much,
red
Dad.
top.
I know. Slay. I'm going to say
Insane.
it. First slay of the year. person last.
You've actually said it quite a few times.
Have
during
I
these
actually?
episodes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
Slay.
You said it in the first episode.
Ew, did I?
Yeah. I was thinking
When I
let's come
talk
back
too
into our
fast, I'm going
vocab.
to slow down for a second.
Breathe, babe.
Breathe. Anyway. Queensland was a vibe. I also caught up with, shout out to Rani, who was my first ever mindset coach.
No, FOMO.
I just love that friendship with her. And it's definitely the friendships I try to create with my clients. Very much the whole, just because you don't pay me doesn't mean I'm not in your world or I can't be your friend or you can't rely on me. So that was beautiful. Lots of walking, got a few gym sessions in, a couple of sauna sessions, which was so nice. And I love the lifestyle there of it's so normal to get up at 4:30, go watch the sunrise. I've got my steps and gym in by 9.
So good.
Today, I didn't leave the house till 8:30 to go for my walk and I'm rushing.
It's just not the same vibe down
It's
here.
not. And I realized as much as I love watching the sunset on the beach, I think I have converted to I would prefer a sunrise on the ocean
Yeah.
to start my day. Not that I have that choice, but if I could, that would be my choice because I'm not moving to Queensland. Anyway, the trip was fantastic. Ate lots of good food. I just had so much fun, even with the fam. A good goal of mine since leaving the job was more quality time with my family because I really sacrificed so much time with building the business and doing all the shift work to even see anyone. So it's been so nice to really enjoy the quality time, including not being on my phone as much. And obviously we had those life lessons from the retreat. And I feel that coming home, I got everything that I needed with them, with myself, and I'm just ready to fucking send it and talk about our fucking habits.
Well, that ties me into my last thing is that I forgot on New Year's Eve, I did a full reflection and it just felt so clean to do it on New Year's Eve. It wasn't the plan. I had spent the last few days of 2025 not really wanting to set goals, and in the sense of I set so many goals at the start of last year and I don't think majority of them happened because my life took such a different turn where so many incredible things happened that weren't actually even my goals. And then it was like, well, are these incredible things good enough because they weren't the goals and I couldn't celebrate them enough because they weren't the goals? If that all made sense to you.
Made sense to me.
Thanks. So on New Year's Eve, I sat down and something that I did in 2024, which I think you actually inspired me with, is wrote a letter to myself. Because you must have posted it on your stories in 2024. And I went, I'm seeing this at the perfect time. I'm going to do this right now. And in that letter, I was in such a shit time. I was just writing how much I was struggling. I was in the puppy blues, which I even forgot about. Sky was peeing everywhere and eating everything, including her own shit, let's just say. Like it was just, if I could go back to myself right now, I would just give her a massive hug because that was a whole whirlwind. But so I wrote the letter and then I'd also written some weekly highlights of the year and put them in a little box as well, which I think you did too.
Yeah, I did.
Just took this all from around me. So credit to you. But then something I just went, okay, I don't want to set goals this year. I want to set habits. And that's what today's episode is going to be about because habits are going to get you to the type of person that you want to be and the goals are sort of going to come along the way. Whereas if you set the goals, some of them I looked at and I thought, I don't even care about that. And that actually has no meaning to me. So of course it didn't happen. So on that, the first thing we want to talk about is be, do, have. And have, be, do, have, and then have, do, be. So a lot of the time we believe that when we have the car, the relationship, the job, the lifestyle, like when I move house, when I have more time, when I'm not as tired, I will do X. Well, it never happens because you never have more time, you're never not as tired, and you never have the thing. Instead, we actually need to be, do, and then we will have. So first, we need to start embodying who is the person that you actually want to be. What do they do in order for you to have what you would like? So for example, if you want to be someone who is a lot fitter, healthier, you're more knowledgeable, you have deeper friendships and relationships, what do you actually have to do to get there from where you are now? So that could be actually moving your body. Right now, you have 0 steps a day. okay, cool, I actually need to have more movement in. You're not going to have the fit body without anything changing. We always say nothing changes if nothing changes. And this is where if you're always thinking, oh, when I'm fitter, I'll be like this, you've got to actually put the steps in place to get fitter first.
Literally. And I think that's where people get stuck in that little waiting vortex. I'll wait for this, wait for that, like Alicia just said. And equally, you can literally start right now. I get so frustrated when people say, I'll wait for that and I'll wait for it to get warmer and I'll wait for this. It's like, you can literally start right now. You're choosing excuses. You're choosing external things to stop you from creating those daily habits, from getting you towards your goal. Like Alicia just said, if you want to get fit, you have to embody what does a fit person do right now. They're going to the gym. They're walking. They're making sure their meals have good enough protein, good enough macros, all those sorts of things. Maybe they've hired an online coach, whatever it is, because you can't. Another good example, actually, I've noticed I've just sidestepped is so many people are like, oh, I can't run, or I'll wait till I do this and then I'll be a really good runner. It's like the way you become a good runner is just by starting. And I can fully hand on heart say I know what that's like, because I truly used to have this belief that I couldn't run, because when I was younger I was a little bit on the chunkier side, and I thought that runners had to be skinnier, they had to be really fit, they had to look a certain way. And then as I've gotten older, I realized it's truly just your fucking mind. And again, Goggins, heavily inspired right now. But equally, I was running before I even read any of his books or even knew who he was, because I just woke up and decided, well, I'm not going to just wake up with new fucking legs. I'm not going to, like literally, I'm not going to roll out of bed and become this fitspo. I have to do things right now to become that future version of myself. Instead of sitting there thinking, okay, well, in 6 months' time, I'll be able to run 12K. Bruh, what do you...
Bruh.
You simply cannot. You have to start now. And again, it's that lack. When you put yourself in lack, you will constantly feel like fucking shit. You will constantly sit in that victim mindset. And the people who you see growing and evolving and learning, it's not that they're choosing to sit in lack, because they want things. They need things. They have all these big goals and dreams, but they're doing things right now to ensure that they achieve, instead of sitting there thinking, well, I don't have money, so I can't do this. It's, okay, well, what do I need to do in order to get there? Yeah. And I think just that slight shift in your mind gets you that much closer to the person that you want to be.
So the first thing on that is, who do you actually want to be? By the end of 2026, when another year is complete, because you may have got to the end of 2025 and thought, how the fuck am I here? Or how has it been another year and I'm not at that fitter thing that I thought I would be, or I haven't got as much income as I thought, or I don't have the boyfriend that I wanted to have. It's, okay, who do we want to be at the end of this year? Do we want to be someone who is more knowledgeable? Do we want to be someone who puts more effort into themselves, how they look, how they feel, puts more effort into their meals, their nutrition, how they look after their body? Maybe you want to be someone who travels a lot more. You explore the world a lot more. What do you actually do? What do you actually have to do in order to be that person? So similar to how Rami was saying, a fit person does X, Y, Z. Okay, if you're someone who wants to travel more, I think that's a really good example. You're going to actually have to do things where you are traveling more. So you may make a habit that every single month you're going to make the effort to venture, whether it's even a different suburb, right? It doesn't actually have to be. I think this is a big thing where sometimes the step, I heard this, it was either Chris Williamson or James Clear, who's the author of Atomic Habits, said sometimes the first step is so embarrassingly small that we don't do it. And a really good example that I'm just going to replicate from this podcast was, there was a guy who couldn't leave the house, I can't remember what that phobia is called, agoraphobia maybe. It's where you're afraid to go outside. And his home was so cluttered, so dirty, and people came in to help him. And the first day, all they did was put a vacuum cleaner in the room. The second day, they plugged the vacuum cleaner in.
It's that small.
The third day, they turned it on, and within 30 days, his house was clean and he'd gone outside for the first time in years. So sometimes if your goal is, I want to travel more and I want to explore the world, okay, you may not be able to afford to go to America right now on a 6-month trip, but can you just instead, you could even road trip to a different state, road trip to a different suburb, start focusing on what you actually can do versus what you can't do.
I think as well being realistic, because I think when it comes to daily habits as well and things like that, is as much as you might want to do more, like Alicia was saying, and there's things that you need to do, equally, can you be realistic with the things that do help you with those daily habits? For example, one of mine is I want to read every single day. But I'm not going to put away 3 hours a day for reading because I know I've got a really busy fucking schedule, right? I've got things that I need to do. So equally, it's setting habits that, yes, lead you to your goals or whatever it is that you want to do, feel better, look better, all those sorts of things. But you've also got to be realistic with those, because you can set daily habits, and if you set ones that don't really make sense and you're just doing it because you're in a comparison loop or you're seeing what everyone else is doing on social media, or that person's doing this, so I should do that too. It's like, just be real with your lifestyle. There was so much that I couldn't do when I was doing shift work. So for example, if you're a shift worker, it's fucking hard sometimes to have every time someone would say, have a daily routine or they have a morning routine, I would get so triggered because one day I'm finishing at 11 p.m. and the next day I got to get up by 6 a.m. to get to work by 7 or whatever it is. There was no such thing as a morning routine for me. So for me, it was, okay, if I want to ensure that I'm reading every day, that might have to change every single day. So just because you set these daily habits, it doesn't mean it needs to look exactly the same every single day. And this is probably specifically for shift workers, because I know other people will really harp on about having a morning routine. And I feel very blessed that I can have one now, and I'm very grateful. And equally, look at your day, look at your week, look at the month, and think, okay, whatever daily habit I do want to have, can I make sure that it's realistic for my lifestyle? You might be a parent with 5 fucking children and you want to get 10,000 steps a day. Is it realistic for you to go for a 1 to 2 hour walk in the morning? Or do you have to make sure the kids are all eating, their bags are packed and they're going to school and you need to walk at the end of the day instead? So I think also being realistic with your daily habits is so fucking important.
I think that's also the beauty of habits though, compared to a morning routine, is you could actually just have habits that look after yourself, and it doesn't have to be a routine that's specific to the time of day. Because even, my habit tracker, I was going to show you guys, that's okay. Even in the habits that I've been doing recently, they're different times a day every single day. I probably should have more of a morning routine, but I don't, even given that I work in Pilates early in the morning. My mornings are very different. Sometimes I get to start my day at 10 o'clock. Other days I get to start my day at 5, and it all looks completely different. But in amongst all those different days, I can still get all those habits done, which is really cool. And the next thing I want to talk about is being specific, because you could say that you want to move more. What does that actually look like for you? Because for so many different people, that is going to look completely different. For me, if I said I want to move more, I already do 10,000 steps a day. I go to the gym 3 times a week and do Pilates 1 to 2 times a week. Moving more is going to look a whole different to someone who doesn't exercise at all. So really looking at the specificity of your goals, big word, of, okay, what does moving more look like to you? Is that going for 10 minutes of walking a day? Is that 30 minutes of movement? And this is where the realism ties into your specificity is, okay, as much as you may want to do the 30 minutes, that may not actually work for you. So 10 minutes is where we start. And just backtracking for a second back to that, it could be the smallest step. Look at what you can do instead of what you can't do, because yes, you may not be able to 30, but if you can do 10, that is still going to make an impact. And I think we're so easy to look at things and go, that's not good enough, or that won't do enough. As in, if you only have time to do 1 gym session a week, majority of the time people will go, well, I just won't do it because that's not enough.
And your favorite saying, something is better than nothing.
Yeah. Thanks. Represent. But it does. It makes such a big impact, because you could get 3 months down the line and that 1 gym session, you could have so much better posture, be able to lift your grocery bag so much easier, walk around so much taller, feel stronger and more confident in your body from that 1 session a week, or in 12 weeks because you just went, nah, it won't make a difference. Nothing's changed.
Can I add to being specific? Yeah. If you are someone that sets goals and whatnot, being specific is probably the most important part, I would have to say, because you could have, let's say, a weight loss goal. I want to lose, even you just say, I just want to lose weight. Okay, well, how much? And then this is where the daily habits come in of, what do you need to do every day? What needs to change? Do you need to move things around? do you need to go buy activewear? Do you need to buy new shoes? Like, I had to buy new running shoes to start running.
Yeah.
And even though I set a running goal, the first ever running goal was 10K, I didn't realize so many other things that needed to change along that. I also had to get new socks because I didn't realize you get fucking blistered feet when you run really long distances, and wearing specific types of clothing. And it's being adaptable, I think, is also really important when it does come to setting those daily habits, because even like Alicia, she works different hours of the day. I used to. And if you're not willing to be flexible to ensure you're getting those daily habits in your day, I think that's what's going to create that overwhelm and that stress, because you can have that daily habit of whether it's you want to get 10K steps in a day, but something out of the ordinary happens. Can you equally make sure that you get it done right before you go to sleep? Can you equally, okay, the next morning you're going to bank up and make sure you get 15K because you didn't give yourself enough time the day before? And that's where being flexible and adaptable is truly going to help you achieve them, because you're better off having that flexibility and adaptability rather than one perfect day or one perfect week, because you're in for the long run when it comes to daily habits. It's not, okay, I'm going to set them because it's new year, new me, and that's it. We do it for a week and we've smashed it and we're done. It's making sure it's sustainable for your life every single day.
Adding back to the realistic and commitment side of things is, think about that even on your worst day, when you're unmotivated, when it's grey and cloudy outside, if you live in Melbourne, when it's absolutely boiling hot, when you're tired, when you're hungry, whatever it is, you still need to commit to these habits, because nothing will change if nothing changes. And I know we said that before, but to really drill it into you, this year will look exactly the same if you continue to do the same shit.
Facts. Your habits don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Thank you.
I love that.
I'm really embodying that. Discipline over feelings.
Yeah. Because the thing is, if you rely on how you're feeling, especially as a female, boy, oh boy, every single day is going to look so entirely different. And that is due to our hormone shifts throughout our cycles and everything like that. If we are to rely on that, it is so inconsistent. So I need you to look at these habits and go, I am going to commit to this, that even on my worst day, I'm still going to be able to show up and do it. And that's where the realism really becomes important of, okay, cool, even on my worst day, is this a daily habit that is doable as well? And on that, with your habits, we're going to split them up into daily, weekly, and monthly habits, because not everything you can do every single day. For example, like I have a monthly goal of washing my car. So random.
That's so great. Yeah. I need that.
Yeah.
I need to do better with my car.
One of yours, because it is actually tragic sometimes how long I wait to wash my car. And I'm putting it there as something that I actually prioritize doing now. And I also have a reward system for my habits at the moment, which I highly, highly, highly recommend. And this can look different in so many different lenses. Mine is, I want to save money for a holiday at the end of the year. So my reward system is, every time I tick off a habit, whether it's daily, monthly, or weekly, I am adding $1 to my savings. So in the first week, $32 was saved.
Oh my God.
How good.
Well done.
So I want you to think of something that will actually motivate you, because ticking boxes is really, you get a lot of dopamine from doing that. But what is something actually external as well? And you can even make deals with people of, if I tick off all these habits with your partner, you're going to take me on a date. Or if I do this, you have something in store that's driving you to not miss these things. What are some of your daily, weekly, and monthly habits?
Daily is reading first thing in the morning. I used to put a lot of pressure thinking that you got to read before bed. And I realized I actually much prefer starting my day with reading. So whether that's a chapter or even just 5 to 10 pages, something as small as that, I want to read every single morning. So that's a daily habit. And then to tie that in with monthly, it's to at least read one book a month. And if I get in more, that's great, because I'm literally about to finish my second book already for
Jan.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, I read The
You were on a
Alchemist
holiday
first, and
too.
it's very small. And yes, I was on holiday, so I had heaps of time to read, which is awesome. So that is my first one. So read every single day and ensuring that I get a book in every single month.
Yeah.
Because I did that 2 years ago and I read so much, lots of fantasy books.
Yeah.
Last year took a little bit of a break, and then this year I'm back on like the personal development. Actually, not so much just personal development. I want to read athletes' books.
Have you read Atomic Habits?
No.
I need to give that to you.
Okay.
You need to read it.
Great.
Because it'll just reinforce this also. It's the book that I tell everyone to read because it's really, really incredible.
Awesome.
One of my daily habits at the moment, I'm going to share this one because it's a bit of a different one, but every single day this year I'm writing a highlight of the day.
Oh, I love
because I suck at celebrating myself and all the really small things that happen throughout the year that when we get to the end of the year, you forget about all those really tiny moments in the day. So even some that have been so far is I wrote, yesterday I got my nails done. That was my highlight of the day. Yesterday? The day before. I'm losing track. Anyways, but all these small little moments. So by the time I get to the end of the year, that is going to be 365 highlights. Whoa. Highlights that I've got of the year to look back at and just see all the beauty within it.
I love that.
Yeah.
My next daily habit, which is actually a different one too that I really like, is looking at my bank account. And the reason I'm doing that is to remove any fear, scarcity, nerves, and to actually build the relationship with money. Because I've realized I'm in this season of learning about money. And it's been very interesting to say the least. So I've realized different emotions that come up when I either do have a lot of money or when I don't have it, and the stress and nerves of having a business, knowing that you're in control of your sales and your income and all that sort of stuff. And as a business owner, there is so much to learn about money, and it's made me realize how uneducated I am. So I'm finding that the first step is just clearing out and I guess fixing the energetics that I have behind it and noticing the emotions that come up, the thought patterns that come up, because I've noticed in the past how many times I won't check my bank account because I'm too scared to check, but then I'll happily tap away. And very much the whole, if it works, it works. If there's money. And I realized I'm like, that's so silly. Why would I put myself through that? So I'm building this habit of whatever time of day it is, as long as I get it done, is to just look at the account, see how much is in there and just say thank you. No matter how much is in there, just practice that gratitude for money.
Love that.
Thank you.
I'm going to throw a weekly one at you.
Okay.
And that is catch up with someone, because I do this very, very easily. Is when I get busy, I just don't even think about it and don't make it a priority. And not even in a bad way at all. I just don't think about it. And then all of a sudden I go, whoa, I haven't seen anyone in ages. And I just can very easily get into my own energy of hustle and grind and all the things. So I have made that a habit, which goes with the fact that I want to deepen my relationships. And I think that's the biggest thing is when you look at who you want to be at the end of 2026, all of these habits we are creating are directly aligning with that person that I want to be. If I want deeper relationships, well, then I actually need to make sure that I'm doing something to make that happen.
I love that. Thanks. What's my next one? My next one is, meditate daily. I have a horrible habit of getting really good at it and then thinking, I don't need it. So then I'll just stop and then I'll start feeling stressed again and then be like, okay, this is the reason why we started meditating in the first place. Yeah. And it's adapting it into, again, creating a habit rather than I need it and just doing it regardless of the feelings, regardless if I'm happy, regardless of whatever emotion is coming up, just making sure that I do it either first thing in the morning or I do love it right before I go to sleep. I find that it's just the most helpful thing, especially because Vas will either come to bed late or he loves being on his phone. He just loves it. That's his way of falling asleep. And I'll lie there and be like, oh my God, I just can't. So I'm finding that even just 10 minutes. And it's so funny when people go, oh, it doesn't work for me. Equally, you probably haven't tried hard enough. So you can literally just go on Spotify, YouTube, 10 minutes. A simple 10-minute one, because I also have a problem with being impatient, which is something we're working on still. So I find that just a quick short one just changes the energy. I literally just did one this morning, typed on Spotify, 10-minute morning meditation.
There's so many.
There are thousands on there. I can't believe, and we just get it at our fingertips. It is so simple and so easy to do. So that is definitely a daily habit that everybody's got 10 minutes in their day. If I ever turn around and say I don't have time, you have permission to do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you for that.
10 minutes minimum a day to meditate.
Alrighty. My last one that I'm going to give you is that I want to put a lot more effort into I'm going to give this one instead. Every month, I'm booking in a self-care activity for myself. And whether that is as simple as going to a little sauna or something, or I got for my birthday a voucher to Pond Bathhouse. So for this month, I think like next Wednesday or something, I'm going there and just having a little morning for myself because, again, I suck at slowing down. Clearly, again, with the thing of that I get in my own energy a lot. I want to take a lot more time to have those moments booked in ahead of time so that when I hit the points where I actually need that time, it's already there for me because I'm less likely to do it when I'm already there, if that makes sense.
Everything you say makes sense to me, sweetie.
Okay. I have a roundabout way of explaining things.
My final daily habit is lighting an incense for Dad every single morning. And that's something I've already been building the habit. And equally, I do notice that there's days where I'm like, I'll just do it later. And then I end up forgetting, especially if I'm out and about for the day. So I definitely want to ensure that I would love to make sure I'm doing that first thing in the morning because I feel that it helps me set my intention as well because I'll have a little bit of a conversation with him. Hey, Dad, do something for me today is a lot of most of the time please. What I'm saying to him. If you're listening and you're wondering why the fuck I do that for Dad, it's because he passed away. It'll be 7 years this year, which is so fucking wild, in October. So, and I found the older that I'm getting, the more I want to connect with him because I used to have a lot of fear around that. And the older that I'm getting, it's definitely something that I feel I kind of need, and I find that it really helps with, especially having a business. You got to get a little delulu and spiritual at times, I think, in my personal opinion.
You got to have faith.
Yeah, exactly. Faith and trust. And a lot of the time it's him that I'll lean on, whether it's the universe or Dad. I'll always say that Dad's looking out for me. So I want to give back to him by lighting that incense and saying, hi, love you, and all those sorts of fun things.
I love that so much.
Thank you.
Well, we would love to hear your habits.
Absolutely.
Daily, weekly, monthly, tag us, share us. And I'm going to do a little shameless plug because I was going to showcase it, but I forgot to bring it over here with me, is I made a habit tracker. It is literally $10. It is the most beautiful, prettiest pink thing. And it is the best way for you to physically, visually see all of your habits, tick them off. It's got a bunch of prompts in there where you can dive deeper into it. And you can literally, a link is in my bio if you'd like to get that.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, she's very pretty. With that, thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening.
If you're on Spotify, don't forget to give us a follow and rate us 5 stars.
And if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, and comment down below.
We'll be back in your ears next week.
Bye.